There we go. There's a fish. Oh my god. Oh, it's jumping. It's jumping. That's a good one. Yeah! That was awesome! This is about to be a roller coaster of video, so buckle up. Man, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, ups and downs. This is just gonna be a crazy video. So kind of the main focus of this video is the More Than Fishing surf fishing tournament. So every year my buddy June, who runs the YouTube channel More Than Fishing, puts on a surf fishing tournament. Biggest striped bass, biggest surf perch won a prize. I think the biggest surf perch won a free rod or something like that. There's a bunch of other prizes. And then the biggest striped bass, which is the big main event, the biggest one wins $3,000. And I think second place is $1,000, third place $500. So a lot of money on the line. I think it's the biggest surf fishing tournament on the West Coast in terms of, you know, cash winnings or whatever. Probably the most lucrative tournament that I'm aware of, at least. And it's been my goal to someday win this stupid tournament. So every year I tell myself I'm gonna get out, pre-fish it, and I'm gonna give myself the best chance to win the tournament. And every year something comes up. And this year was no different. I went on a trip, just happened to be the week before the tournament. And so I only got one day to kind of sort of pre-fish, and it was like 5 or 6 days before the tournament. So, you know, not great. You want to do your pre-fishing as close to the tournament as possible. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that, so I did the next best thing, which was fishing. I think it was 5 days before the tournament. So here's how that went. Welcome everyone to my tackle garage. Shout out to my wife for letting me keep all my fishing junk in here. I just spooled up this new reel that I just got here with 40-pound braid. If you're interested in knowing how I did that, I did the how-to video on my Patreon, doing how-to videos every month there for any Patreon members. I always leave the link to my Patreon in every video description, so you can see down there. But for this video, we're gonna be back on the striper chase. If you saw my last video, I said one of my goals for this year is to catch a big striper from the beach. I haven't done one I haven't caught one in quite a while, so hopefully this year I can have maybe even this video, I don't know yet. But I just got this fresh new reel from the sponsor of this video, which is Piscifun. So thank you Piscifun for sponsoring this video. This is their Piscifun Captain 4000, and it's a nice little reel for the surf, perfect size in my opinion. And I have it paired up with this 8.6, kind of like my finesse setup, but definitely can handle some big fish out there. So shout out to Piscifun. It's a 4,000 size reel. It says for 30-pound braid it can hold up to 270 yards, so that's more than enough to chase surf striper out here. And 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, just an all around, just a solid reel. Fresh out of the box, pretty smooth, and I'm looking forward to putting it to the test today. I think it's about lunchtime right now. I'm gonna grab some lunch, gotta do some editing, and then this evening we're gonna head out to the beach and see what we can find out there. I'm gonna start off with the same lure that I had the most success with last time. Full upgraded Lucky Craft there, upgraded hooks, split rings, and I got it on this setup that I just spooled up. And one thing I like about this reel already, before even using it, is it's really loud. The drag is super loud when it pulls out. So hopefully we can catch a fish that's gonna pull some drag, and we'll all get to hear that. But anyways, water's looking good. It's a little bit before 6 p.m. right now. It should stay light till a little bit before 9 p.m. and I'm gonna fish all the way until then. So we got about 3 hours here to take apart this beach and hopefully find us a striper or two. Honestly, it's looking good right here, so let's just get it started right here. All right, well, tossed it around for 5 to 10 minutes here. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get bit. It looks really good right in here. You can see we got some nice calm water. I mean, there's some wave action, which is good, but we also have some calm water in between that, and I feel like that's just ideal for striped bass to just kind of swim around, lurking around, looking for some evening snack. And then maybe what's happening is it might just be a little bit too early. So maybe when the sun starts getting lower, we get low light conditions, I feel like there's got to be stripers swimming through this area. So we'll come back to this. We don't find any more fish, but we'll keep working our way down the beach. I know I said this many times, but I'll say it again. Always pays to cover as much water as possible. Gotta find that honey hole where the fish are. Well, I've seen this before, but it has been some time since I've last seen it. But sometimes along the coastline, you'll see millions of these jellyfish washed up. I'm not sure the official name. We used to call them sailor jellyfish because they have this little sail here that they float around on the top of the water with. And I'm assuming it probably has to do with the currents and the winds and stuff like that, or when they end up on here on shore, because obviously they can't swim very well. So if you look along the beach here, millions of them washed up. Interesting looking sea creatures. Look at how many there are, right? Just in this frame right here is probably at least 1,000. Oh, I just missed one. Dang it. Just missed one right there. Oh, I just missed one right there. Come back. Come back. Oh, man. Well, first chance. Strike one. Look at this. Jellyfish out of control. Just kidding. These things won't hurt you. No effect. There we go. There's a fish. There's a fish. I think it's a perch. Oh, it came off. Dang it. I think that was a perch. Oh man. Kind of surprised me, to be honest. 2.5 hours in, first hookup. Well, never happened today. I thought things were gonna line up. I thought it really was gonna turn on there at the end. The tide was turning, darkness was falling, and the water just looked really good. But unfortunately, just had one bump earlier that I could have been anything, and then one fish that I hooked that came off. I'm pretty sure that one was a little tiny little surf perch. So kind of a non-eventful day, unfortunately, but it's okay for two reasons. The first one is, well, I guess they're kind of connected. So this Sunday is the More Than Fishing surf fishing tournament, and I'll be participating. So hopefully we saved our luck for Sunday. And secondly, I know I won't be coming back to this beach on Sunday. I'm gonna go back to another beach that I think might have some more fish and maybe some bigger fish, because I think there's gonna be a lot of fish caught during that derby. Seems like the surf fishing is picking up. All the conditions are looking good. There's a ton of bait in the water. I saw whales up and down the coastline, birds were diving, and just good conditions for striped bass. So I think there's gonna be quite a few fish weighed in. I got a feeling that it's gonna take, you know, 35, 36 or even more inches to win the thing, but it's definitely possible. So anyways, I'm gonna work on a couple other videos in the next couple of days. We'll pick this one up again Sunday morning. We'll see you there. So really slow day. I mean, it was good to put this new reel to the test. This guy right here, the Piscifun Captain 4000. So good to put that to the test, but unfortunately, I didn't really get to put it to the test on any fish. So definitely not any big fish, because the only one that I hooked there I lost. I'm pretty sure that was just probably a small perch or something. So then the night before the tournament, I planned to fish with my buddy Ish with Fish, and we were talking about where to go, and neither one of us had really fished that hard before, so we didn't have any idea where we're going. We decided to fish one spot further north, and in the morning we went out. Oh, let me rewind a little bit. The weather for the tournament was supposed to be terrible. I mean, fairly big swell, not too big, but bigger than we would like, and really, really gusty winds. And then when we got to the beach, that definitely proved to be true. So it was tough fishing, a little bit of a grind out there. Because of those two things combined, I decided I'm not even gonna bother with the camera. In addition to that, I like to fish every once in a while without the camera. I just find that to be fun and a little more relaxing. And two, the weather or the conditions gonna be so bad, the footage wouldn't have turned out very good anyways. So the morning session was an epic fail for both of us. I think the place we went to, I think we saw 3 or 4 fish come up, and none of them were very big. The biggest one I saw was maybe 22 inches or something like that. So not even really registerable fish for the tournament. So we decided to make a move there. And honestly, personally, if it was just me fishing, I might have just given up at that point because the weather was so bad, it was miserable out here. And even though I'm a very competitive person in general, and then when it comes to fishing, that carries over as well, I just thought the chances of me catching a fish at that point were very, very low. So I almost packed it in, but luckily my buddy Ish with Fish, we're fishing together and I don't get to fish with him very often, so I thought I'd take that opportunity to at least do some fishing with him, even though the conditions were terrible. And I don't normally name the places that I'm fishing, but you know, this is kind of hard to avoid. We came to the place where the tournament kind of hub is, which is Sharp Park in Pacifica. And we just decided to come here and fish for a little bit, kind of like a Hail Mary fishing attempt, see if there's any fish caught. There's probably, I don't know, probably 24 fishermen lined up along here. Obviously, because it's the hub, it's where all the, you know, the epicenter of the events are going on. June's hanging out, all the vendors and stuff are here. So obviously a lot of people are gonna be fishing here, which is why we didn't come here first thing in the morning. We try to avoid some of the crowds. But anyways, yeah, we came here, just started walking the beach, and I don't know, just observing the other people that are fishing here. I didn't see any other fish caught. It didn't look like people were getting that excited, so I don't think there were many fish caught here, if any. But nonetheless, we persevered. We're fishing for an hour or so. I told Ish we'll give it an hour and a half. And then I think about an hour into that, I was just casting, winding. Honestly, I was thinking to myself, literally this was going through my mind at the time. I was thinking, man, another year where I tell myself I'm gonna really try my best to do well in this tournament, and another year where I failed. I haven't even registered a single striped bass in any of the tournaments. I think this is probably the 3rd or 4th year that I've done it. At least 3rd or 4th year, maybe more. But anyways, I haven't registered a single striped bass. Only one time did I catch one during the tournament, and because I caught it on bait, it was hooked down the throat and it wasn't able to revive it and let it go. So that wasn't a qualifying fish. So anyways, that was just going through my mind again. Why does this keep happening to me? And all of a sudden, in the middle of nowhere, no camera, mind you, boom, my lure just gets slammed in the surf. And I didn't know right away, but within, you know, the first 30 seconds of the fight, I had a good idea that this was gonna be a fairly hefty sized fish. And this is part of the downs for this video. I really, really disappointed myself. I really feel like I let all of you down. I didn't have my camera on at the time. I really wish you all could have seen the fight, because it was pretty fun. It took me a little while. Definitely the best surf fight I've had in a long time, probably since that big one I caught off the rocks. If you watch my last surf fishing video, I talked a little bit about that. One of my goals for this year was to catch another big one like that. And unfortunately, I finally hooked the big one that I wanted, but this time I didn't have the camera. Went on a couple of good runs. Eventually I got to land it. And luckily, you know, for this tournament, we had to film and submit a video portion to kind of showcase the size of the fish, release and all that stuff. So get to see a little bit of that here.
Dude, that might be the 40 you've been looking for. Here. Got enough space on here, right? I'm just recording right now. Here. Dude, that's you. Dude, this was the water. Big water, big fish, baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. Here's my badge.
Badge, Adam Marino. Dude, this is so big. You're good. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah. Okay. Close enough. Did good. All right. 0, 2. I'm pulling on it. Tip. Squeeze that tip, dude.
37 and a half.
Yeah, 37 and a half. 37 and a half. Let's fucking go! All right. You ready to release it? You want some pictures or what?
No, this is still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
quick pose. Ready? Wait, one more. All right, screenshot. All right, let's go.
Give it a little water. Good for you, dude. Alright, here goes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, I'm done fishing. It's about 12 o'clock right now. The tournament doesn't end until 3 o'clock, so we gotta sweat out for another 3 hours. But as far as I know, we're still first. 37.5 inches. I think there's another fish weighed in that's 35 and change, almost 36 inches. And then I'm sure there's more after that. But yeah, 3 hours left to go. Everyone out there is still fishing. Good luck. 37.5, that's what you gotta beat. And this fun Captain 4000, the first fish I ever caught on this reel, performed wonderfully. Like I was saying at the beginning, the drag is super loud, and when that fish was running, man, this reel was screaming. I'm so sorry I didn't get anything on film. I apologize. I failed all of you, but yeah, first fish ever caught on the reel. Might have been a $3,000 fish. First fish on this lure too. Don't bother trying to find it. I got this one in Japan, and I don't think you can find it anywhere around here. But anyways, we'll wait it out for another 3 hours, and we'll see how it goes. Good luck to everyone out there who's still fishing. And what's crazy is that lure that I caught it on, I would tell you what it is, but honestly I don't even know what it is. I got it in Japan, and I literally grabbed it out of a drawer on my way out of the door in the morning. Because it was gonna be so windy, I figured I better take some extra gear. Literally on my way out, I was thinking it's gonna be kind of windy this morning. I should probably bring a spare, you know, something a little bit different, just in case I can't get the correct distance from the Lucky Craft, which happened to be the case. So really just all the stars aligned for me to catch that fish. Shout out to Ish for, you know, sticking with me and then helping me with the video there to get the release on film. But yeah, just crazy fish. So I stopped by the tournament hub, said hi to everyone, and everyone was kind of congratulating me, thinking that no one would ever beat my fish. And honestly, so if I had to bet, I'd probably say that the chances are that it would have held up, but I knew in my gut that there's bigger fish than that out here, and there's a lot of good people fishing in this tournament. I forgot how many entries. I think there was over 100 or close to 100. I don't remember, but anyways, there's a lot of good fishermen out here, and there's definitely bigger fish, especially this year. I've seen some really good average size striper out here. Definitely better than the last few years. So I was kind of telling people, like, don't congratulate me yet. We haven't won anything yet. We saw I think it was about noon at that time. So at that point we had 3 hours left to hold off everyone else who was fishing. I knew there was some people out here fishing furiously all the way to the deadline. So 1 p.m. rolled around, we're fine. 2 p.m. rolled around, we're fine. Still same leaderboard, no additional fish were submitted. And then I think about 2:30, June gave me a call. And then I knew instantly when he called me. I thought one of two things. Either one, he's trying to prank me, or two, someone else has caught a bigger fish. So when he called me at 2:30, he was like, hey Adam, I hate to tell you, but I heard a rumor that someone caught a really big one, and they haven't submitted it yet, but if they do, it looks like you're gonna get bumped. So that was about 2:30, I think. So 2:45 rolled around, we're still fine. 2:50 rolled around, we're still fine, nothing submitted. And then literally with 1 minute left in the tournament at 2:59 p.m., this person submitted a 41.5-inch striped bass. And I have to hand it to them. They must have grinded out like long hours in the surf, you know, all that wind and everything. They must have got some good sleep that night, because it was tough fishing. So I have to hand it to them. They definitely deserved it. And that's a big fish, 41.5 inches. It's probably over 25 pounds. You know, for some recreational fishermen, that's probably a once-in-a-lifetime fish. And for it to come on tournament day, man, props to that guy. But so literally I was 60 seconds away from winning 3 grand, and then unfortunately that fish came in and I got bumped down to 1 grand. So I mean, this is what I was saying, a lot of highs and a lot of lows. I don't even count that as a low, but just the chance to have 3,000 and losing 2,000 of that at the last minute, it was a roller coaster of emotions for sure. But yeah, fun nonetheless. That's one of the reasons why I like tournament fishing, is stuff like that happens. You know, it's a fierce competition. A lot of people out here giving it their all, just like myself. And I don't know, I just like that kind of experience. You don't get to experience that very often. And with all that being said, I felt disappointed in myself that I let all of you down, that I didn't even get to film that fighting that fish, which is the one that kind of I've been looking for and I was building up to in my previous video. So this morning I decided I'm not gonna post that video without catching a fish on film. So this morning I came out, same beach back here at Sharp Park, came out here bright and early. I think I got here at 5:15 a.m., something like that. Started casting with one goal in mind: catch a fish for this video. All right, time to try this again. Try to recreate what we did during the tournament, but this time I got the camera with me. So clean this morning. Look at this beach, totally flat, no footprints. Oh, actually, never mind, there's some bird tracks right there. But other than that, nobody's been out here all night, all morning. I'm the only one out here. Water right here, you can see right here it's a little bit darker. It might be hard to tell on the GoPro, but right in here it's a little bit darker. Definitely a deep little hole right here, really close to shore, and that water is just screaming Lucky Craft to me. So I made a little quick switch here this morning. Go throw this for a few casts around here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's looking really nice right in there. I can definitely see a fish holding out in that little deep pocket. Definitely won't get as much distance with a Lucky Craft, but sometimes you don't need distance. Sometimes those fish are right up tight to shore. So a little update. I've been switching back and forth between the Lucky Craft and this other lure, and haven't seen any fish come up yet. Seems to be an off morning. But yeah, the tide's turning right now. It's right at low tide, so even though we haven't seen any action yet, it's possible that this turn of the tide could bring some fish around. So only one way to find out. Probably give it another hour or so here and see what happens. There we go. There's a fish. There's a fish. That feels like a decent one. Oh my god. Oh, it's jumping. It's jumping. That's a good one. Oh my god, it's been a rough morning. Listen to that drag go. That's a decent one. I don't think it's as big as the one I caught in the tournament, but it's definitely a decent fish. I saw it jump fully out of the water. Chase that Lucky Craft right up onto the beach almost. Listen to that drag. I wish you guys could have heard the drag on the big one, man. It was screaming. Let's pull a little bit though. Definitely got some good runs out of it, especially at the beginning there. Yeah, that's a good fish. Listen to that drag go. Oh man, rough morning, man. I didn't see any fish come up. There's probably 5 or 6 guys fishing here. Finally I found one. Man, it took us a while, but there we go. That's what we were looking for. That's probably 31, 32 inches maybe? Maybe not. Probably around 30 inches. maybe 28 to 30. I don't know. Here, we'll put a measurement on them. Doesn't be too perfect. It's just for the fun of it. Yeah, about 30, 29, 30 inches, something like that. All right, let's get this fish unhooked. Then we'll get her on her way. All right, I'm gonna get her some water. Just give her a second. She's still nice and fresh. I didn't fight her for that long. We're gonna get a release on this fish. Make sure her fins are standing up. All right, here she goes. There she goes. So yeah, a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Roller coaster, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, but a couple of things. Shout out to June for More Than Fishing for putting on a great event. It's always a great event every year. Even though I haven't won it yet, I'm still, one of my goals, my lifetime goals, I guess, is to win that tournament at some point. So I'm looking forward to it next year. If you haven't heard about it, check out morethanfishing.net. I think is his website. Every year he puts it on around, I think he said next year he's planning to do it first week of June. So got a little bit of time to practice. If you haven't caught any surf striper yet, definitely don't need to be an expert. You just got to get lucky on tournament day. So then shout out to Piscifun again for sponsoring this video. This Captain 4000 worked wonders. Really like that loud drag. And unfortunately you didn't get to hear it on the big one, but at least on that fish I caught this morning, you pulled some good drag. You got to hear a little bit of it. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I know this is kind of all over the place, but yeah, just wanted to share with you all. I was excited to post this film, or this video, but then also kind of disappointed in myself that didn't get the key elements of it on film. So a little bit of mixed emotions, but hopefully you enjoyed what we had here. So anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.